Where is the lion? A small village was troubled by a man-eating lion. So its leader sent a message to the great hunter, Jones, to come and kill the beast. For several nights the hunter lay in wait for the lion, but it never appeared. Finally, he told the village chief to kill a cow and give him its hide. Draping the skin over his shoulders, he went to the pasture to wait for the lion. In the middle of the night, the villagers woke to the sound of blood-curdling shrieks coming from the pasture. As they carefully approached, they saw the hunter on the ground, groaning in pain. There was no sign of the lion. "What happened, Jones? Where is the lion?" asked the chief. "Forget the damn lion," he howled. "Which one of you idiots let the bull loose?" You must make a lot of money night and day. There was once a farmer who lived near a road. It was not a busy road, but from time to time, cars passed the farm. Near the farm gate, there was a large hole in the road. This hole was always full of water, and the drivers of the cars could not see how deep the hole was. They thought it was probably shallow. Then when they drove into the hole, they could not drive out because it was so deep. The farmer did not spend much time working on his farm. He spent most of it watching the hole. When a car drove into it, he pulled the car out with his tractor and charged the driver a lot of money for doing this. One day, the driver of a car said to him, "You must make a lot of money pulling cars out of this hole night and day." "Oh, no," the farmer said. "I don't pull cars out of the hole at night. At night I fill the hole with water." What happens if you pull both strings? A preacher is buying a parrot. "Are you sure it does not scream, yell, or swear?" asked the preacher. "Oh, absolutely. It is a religious parrot," the storekeeper assures him. "Do you see those strings on his legs? When you pull the right one, he recites the Lord's Prayer, and when you pull on the left he recites the 23rd Psalm." "Wonderful," says the preacher, "but what happens if you pull both strings?" "I fall off my perch." "You stupid fool," screeched the parrot. How to convince my neighbor. A man had a beautiful garden and flower beds and all kinds of nice things that he planted in his garden. But there was one problem. His neighbor always let his chickens loose, and they ran over to reach the garden, to dig out the roots and eat the flowers and make a mess everywhere. And he told his neighbor to keep the hens within his fence. But the neighbor said, "I don't believe in this kind of restriction, imprisonment. I believe chickens are also the creation of God, and they have the right to go wherever they want." And so he just let his chickens run all over. And the chickens loved the flowers and the corn and all the things that the neighbor planted. And so they would visit his garden often. But then one day one of his friends came back and saw that the man had all the flowers and everything that he planted still in order. So the friend was very surprised. "How did you do that? How did you convince the neighbor to keep the chickens out of your yard?" He said, "Oh, that's easy. I just hid a dozen eggs in my flower bed, and one day I let my neighbor see that I was collecting them. After that, the neighbor kept his chickens to himself." Click like if you liked this video. Share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned on our Fun Fountain channel.